Good evening, everyone. Here we are today to catch up a little bit later than hoped, but we have LilKirbs and KoopaYuu playing. Should be quite an interesting game with LilKirbs fighting for that first place position with IPK. KoopaYuu is in the middle of the pack, but he has had some tough games ahead of him. I am Avalon, and with me in the booth today is Catherine of Sky, and she will be helping me go through what Koopa is thinking as he goes into this hard game.
I like this. You're expecting me to be a psychic here, but I don't mind. He looked very, very serious there. Here we have the Expert Mode League standings as you see them, and it's an exciting weekend as this is the first game of this weekend's games, so we'll see what changes are made to these standings.
Yeah, there's quite a big distance at the moment between KoopaYuu and LilKirbs, but we are obviously in week 7, so still quite a long way to go. LilKirbs sitting there on 5 wins and 1 loss, with Koopa on 2-4.
And now we see our players choosing the first level, which is Take 5 by Fragfuda. Interesting. I wonder if it's a reference to the song Take 5, or if it's just like Take 5-minute break kind of reference.
Judging from my limited German, I think it's his 5th revision of the level, to be honest. It's,
yeah, I see that.
So let's hope it's
original.
right.
Yes. All right. Oh, there we go. And KoopaYuu getting in there, loaded in first, and dies to a spike. Ow!
Yeah, these spike hitboxes definitely causing problems for runners. Mario Maker 2 slightly larger than the first game, obviously. There's quite tight jumps to get through this course.
I know many players complain about those endlessly, and for good reason. They do seem to like reach outside the normal tile, but I'm sure that's just an illusion. They're probably just within a pixel of the tile set there. Oh, and LilKirbs taking the win. Wow, that was very quick. I think it was first try. And as KoopaYuu is getting toward that middle of the level there, not far to go, and hopefully he can quickly catch up.
Yeah, taking a couple of unfortunate deaths as he makes his way through this level. LilKirbs speeding through it in a single one-shot. Just to clarify on the rules of the levels, it is a random selection of endless levels, providing that the world record is less than 90 seconds. So, realistically, you could get anything in these levels.
Indeed. And LilKirbs finding one of those anything things as we have rows of cannonballs to leap off of and donut blocks and a Bowser. Wow. Oh my
God.
That
is a lot of
things. And taking the win. First try again. Wow. 2-1 in favor of LilKirbs at the moment.
Yeah, KoopaYuu taking a little bump to the head there as he knocks himself into the lava. While we wait for LilKirbs, obviously, to select the next level.
Yeah, I was a little uncertain on the score because I've been commentating the versus matches, and I'm like, wait, how did KoopaYuu get a point? But of course, we're counting how many levels they pass because they all have the same level selection. Now we're off to K-Troopa's lab. Let's see. Oh, it looks like an underground laboratory. And LilKirbs checking the time. 1 minute 25 world record. Too long for him, evidently. So moving on to the next one.
To see how these skips work. Obviously, some of the games last week were really decided by good and bad skip timing. So it'll be interesting to see how that pays off for LilKirbs there. As KoopaYuu still practicing his pirate skills, getting across this lava on these cannonballs. He has seen the end of the level, just avoiding that last one to take.
That was close. Good job for him. Now it's tied back up 2-2. LilKirbs on a slight lead, having more knowledge of the next 2 levels. And progressing through this rainbow level very diligently here. Hoping not to die on all of these spikes. What is it with these creators today? It seems like Spike is the special of the day.
Clearly fancying to torture our runners a little bit with some more challenging and tighter jumps. Gonna see if Koopa skips this level as LilKirbs did, or whether he's going to give it a small try. He is not going to give it a small try.
No, not at all. Not even looking to see what is in there. Oh, and LilKirbs dies a death of 1,000 cuts, or maybe just 1,000 cuts by one spike. Electing to keep on going. Wow.
Yeah, I think this is a level that both runners will be able to beat with a bit of patience. It's the sort of stuff they're both well known for, these technical jumps. It's just whether they'll, as they learn the lore of the level, obviously it'll get a little bit easier to avoid those very pretty looking shiny things.
You know, they kind of look pretty, but I was just thinking of the paradox of this level. The clouds and rainbows are so fluffy and friendly and nice. Here we have hitboxes of death. Hello, Spikes.
Just a warm cuddle from the cloud, just a spike block away. But LilKirbs there, making his way through the maze onto a nice little podium to signify his first place. Very sweet.
KoopaYuu making really good progress as well. He might make this. I don't know if this was his first try or second, but he's progressed very rapidly through this, and he also takes the tape there, and they're almost starting the next level at the same time. So he made up a lot of time versus LilKirbs in that level.
Yeah, KoopaYuu, they're doing a great job to really close that distance between them. As Kirb plays with a couple of on-off switch, which we'll see Koopa do the same thing. It's always worrying seeing these levels in races because you don't know how much the creators put into it and how much they haven't.
Yes, indeed. Looks like a puzzle-ish sort of on-off level where they need to solve various challenges to move toward the next obstacle set. And so far, it hasn't seemed very dangerous, which is a nice thing. Oh, LilKirbs cheesing this with a shell jump. That's tasty. Nice.
It's always fun to watch the ways that runners find to get around these levels.
Oh, yes. Oh. I assume it's freezing for you just as it is for me. He did find that key there in the block up there. Moving on to the next pipe. Right.
There, KoopaYuu trying to cheese the level as well with a little power jump there, but not quite managing it. We'll see if he tries the same shell jump that KoopaYuu tried. LilKirbs tried, sorry.
Oh, and LilKirbs finding the tape. Oh my goodness, KoopaYuu having to go through this very intense kind of on-off section there. Didn't find that cheese, so unfortunately needing to take a longer route here. Oh, and that POW from before definitely serves him well. Oh no! Dies to the Koopa coming from the pipe. Oh dear. Got bitten by the turtle that time. Jeez.
Still not seeing that cheese that LilKirbs found there, as LilKirbs in a Race the Thwomp level.
Oh, they do look fairly angry that he's bothering them. I don't know if I would mess with them at this point. They're like, yo, leave me alone. Stop messing with my nap. I'm here grumpily snoozing. Don't bother me. Oh,
it's really interesting and quite impressive watching LilKirbs come through this level as we watch KoopaYuu just wait for these shells. LilKirbs chose to throw the shell directly up at the question mark block there, but LilKirbs playing the game properly and threading that shell through.
Okay. KoopaYuu not running on ahead. I know LilKirbs went and just hit a shell through the yellow blocks off to the side, but KoopaYuu hasn't discovered that, or he didn't bring a shell. I don't remember where LilKirbs got his shell. Maybe it was from the section before.
Yeah, I think he brought one through with him. LilKirbs now playing quite a challenging little level. Although, again, freezing. But I do enjoy watching the Koopas with the cannons on their back. It makes an interesting change as he swims through space to fight Boom Boom. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Yes, flying Boom Boom, no less. Isn't that funny? He's almost like an angelfish in this watery environment. But it is easier for Mario to go and hit him, that's for sure. That's actually quite a nice tactic. Just have a water level and a flying Boom Boom and no problems. And LilKirbs takes that win quite easily. Meanwhile, KoopaYuu still struggling on the previous level, or previous 2 levels back, I think, at this point.
Yeah, Koopa really starting to put a lot of time into this level. I think he's worked out how he needs to do it. It's just how long it's taking him at this point. But the Galoomba woke up in his hands.
No.
He just wasn't
Oh,
paying attention
no.
to the timer.
Yeah. Oh, and he looks very disappointed. Oh, poor thing.
Luckily, he did stop himself from starting over though. But he goes for the skip.
Wow. All right.
Oh.
So that's his second skip, and LilKirbs, I believe, only skipped one level so far.
Yeah, that's what I've got it as. That's a 2-to-1 on the skips. I can't believe. I wonder if he didn't realize how much was left on the level.
Probably
He
not.
was
I think
right at
that
the
was the
end.
last room, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
All right, LilKirbs just weaving his way through these saws here and taking that win very easily, just blazing through these levels. It is now, is it 6-3 or 7-3?
I think that was 7. That one there.
Wow.
LilKirbs really taking a strong lead.
Huge lead. Well, hopefully KoopaYuu can catch up. The next few levels, as we saw, are quite short, so there's plenty of time left still.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
Oh, we get a 4-player versus level, and we only have 1 player to go through all the slots.
I'm sure our versus tournament would be loving to see this sort of thing. Poor guys always just seem to get horrible levels, not designed for these multiplayers.
Oh, yes. They are many and varied, that's for sure.
Although potential for bunts in there, as the on-offs would cause some definite problems for other racers if you were having quite a close race in that level.
Absolutely. And Kirbs taking the death there as KoopaYuu takes another level. All right, so catching up just very slightly here.
Yeah, it's like you said, you know, it's a quick few levels, so he'll get a couple of clears quite quickly and close that gap numerically. It's more the time sink now that LilKirbs has put in and the extra knowledge he has and the extra skip that maybe might make the difference.
Indeed, and I bet it's frustrating to have to wait for that sort of gate timer at the very beginning of the level for LilKirbs. You know, the one that makes all the players get into their starting gate and releases them at the same time.
Yeah, definite a time sink there. Not taking the same death as he
No.
wins the race.
Was very
First
careful
place
next to
victor.
those spikes that time. All right, taking another level. 8 now to 4 in favor of LilKirbs. KoopaYuu up against that flying boom boom. Keeping a nice high position there in the swimming area.
Unfortunate to have spawned the Bowser in, as he now has additional obstacles that LilKirbs didn't have to deal with.
Yeah, doesn't want to get flamed there, that's for sure. Oh,
But
and
yeah, as we see
KoopaYuu.
with Kirbs.
Mhm.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying he's very smartly hanging around over the head of that Bowser to just hit him as soon as he is available to be hit, and not touching his spiny back, which is always a death for people, or at least damage boost. And it looks like LilKirbs is on sort of a puzzle-solving-ish level. With
Yeah, it looks quite cool.
Yeah. Oh my god, is it a good level? Really? Could it be? An actual good level. Wow.
And here we get to see now Koopa try and fight his way through these very lovely spinning blocks. Immediately losing his legs to that first one.
Wow, that must have hurt. LilKirbs getting a checkpoint on his level. Oh, an Angry Thwomp chasing and getting to that flag. Wow, another clear for LilKirbs, now 9-5 in his favor. Whoa, KoopaYuu carefully shimmying out of the way there. Wow, such good reflexes here.
Yeah, this is the end of the level for KoopaYuu as well. He's managed to clear that up pretty quickly. Really close in the gap here, but LilKirbs taking. I'm not sure if we have to censor that for copyright reasons, but looking for a certain orange fish apparently.
I don't think censorship on level names is necessary unless it's perhaps a curse word. I don't know. Oh, looks like a troll level on LilKirbs' side. Whoa, that was a really quick thwomp there.
Thwomps has brought out the revenge. There's Koopa now waiting in this multiplayer level. That's Kirbs' second skip, which brings them both up to 2 skips.
The mysteriously named level Ulu Bulu. It's like a Very entertaining ice-themed level here. LilKirbs able to run really quickly through. Doesn't seem to be a lot of obstacles. It might surprise him with one at the end.
Oh, there they are.
Yes.
I was just wondering how that was. I'm still wondering how that on earth that was an expert level. Definitely didn't
Yeah.
deserve in that
I wonder if
category.
it wasn't. Yeah, maybe it wasn't categorized properly yet or something. Because
But
I think they
KoopaYuu there
require. Go ahead.
realizing the treadmill is not
Oh
for him,
yes.
running him straight into the same spike that that LilKirbs took earlier.
That's a particularly dangerous area there. All right, and LilKirbs moving on to the next level, another Japanese level. See what it holds for him as KoopaYuu is climbing these on-off blocks here. Hopefully going to remember that spot that he had trouble with.
Yeah, it's definitely this conveyor belt that makes the
There.
difference, but he's done it that time.
Wow, and that was actually a safer path to take because it didn't have spikes on the ceiling. So he was able
I
to.
didn't notice that, but LilKirbs, although having some interesting frame problems, I think he just skipped that level. Not 100% sure on it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. He is on Angry Son's Revenge. No, he's skipping this one. So I don't know if that's a fourth skip or if it's a third skip. I'll have to go back and see what the judges say about that. Oh,
Yeah,
or he's
definitely
not
could be
going to the
interesting.
next. No, he's done. Oh, okay, he's just done.
Oh, yeah, that was the timer up. That
That
timer
was the
went so
timer up,
quickly,
yeah.
I did not realize.
I was so engaged in watching everybody play. I was like, oh my gosh, oh, time. Okay, so the final score for that one was 10-7. And yep, LilKirbs takes the win for that particular match.
Yeah. Superman Milo is bringing up the frame drop with Curbs, and he is going to start sorting it out. So hopefully this second round should be a bit smoother there. The next run going to be Cuphead, but not really. I personally thought that was a brilliant game when it came out. Did you have a chance to play it, Catherine?
I did. Oh my gosh, that game reminded me of like all of these really old cartoons I used to watch, like on the Disney Channel and stuff. It was like being inside a cartoon. I absolutely love the art of that game. It was so much. It was hard, but really, really fun.
Yeah, definitely. I watched an hour-long YouTube video about how the whole thing was all hand animated and how they
Oh
recorded all the
wow!
sound and stuff, and it was brilliant. It's such an incredible piece of art and a really good game as well.
Indeed. I have. I'm gonna look that video up because I haven't seen a making of video, but I would be really interested to see how that works. Did you get to play the game, by the way?
I did, yes. It was probably one of my best games of whatever year it came out. Was it 2016, 2017? I can't even remember.
I think it might have been. I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess. All right. Reach the goal without taking damage is our clear condition. Now let's see how our players fare with this one. They already are presented with choices here.
Yes, one giving them a fire flower, one some extra coins, almost like a difficulty selection.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, oh, both of them taking
Both
that
of
same
them.
burning loss of damage there.
It's interesting because sometimes, yeah, well, in this case, we get the triple fireballs in the Fire Clown car, whereas if they didn't take the Fire Flower, they would have just had one fireball to go against Bowser here. But sometimes being big can be a detriment, so it seems like this was the right choice for both of them to take. Whoa, whoa! Wow, KoopaYuu getting pushed all the way to the left there.
Yeah, he was really pinned into that corner. There was really nowhere else for him to go. But LilKirbs has successfully made it through, and that's straight to the end from there.
Hopefully KoopaYuu can catch up and damage Bowser. I noticed that LilKirbs was going on either side of Bowser. Hopefully KoopaYuu will pick up that tactic. Yes, and it looks like he is just going on both sides to lure him either direction and hopefully do some decent damage to him. Oh no, and gets hit again. Gotta start right back over. He looks very frustrated. Hopefully he can
Yeah,
get past it this time.
this must be one of those levels that runners can see that they can get through it with ease, but it's just that the pressure of the race is sort of making it a bit harder. So it must be quite frustrating for them at times.
Indeed. Yeah, and KoopaYuu doesn't yet know if this is the only part of the level. Obviously, we know it's extremely short, but KoopaYuu doesn't have that knowledge until now. He's got the key and is ready to go into the goal. LilKirbs also taking an easy win there. So it is
I
now
mean,
2-1 in his favor.
easy, probably not the word I would have chosen. That looked like a horrid jump.
I should have said short timed win, because no, it is definitely not easy. I admire all the people who can play this game with their various skill levels and such, because I know I definitely don't have that particular talent. But it's so amazing to watch people who are so good at the game. What an
definitely.
interesting level.
Quite a cool
Just
control.
mesmerized. Absolutely crazy. Wow. My goodness, it's like a freeze frame action there. It's so funky.
Yeah, LilKirbs has fixed his frames. This is how the level's supposed to be.
Oh, and KoopaYuu. Oh, he is going to have to start over. No. But LilKirbs taking the win on that level, moving on to the next course.
Yeah, LilKirbs obviously taking a skip on this slightly longer Koopa Mountain level. He obviously, much like in the first round, saw the time on it and just thought, no, I'll move on, and then really starting to build a lead now because of that.
Yeah, they're both in these kind of grasslandy levels. Moving into the clouds. Both. Oh wow, LilKirbs running out of time. I didn't even notice the timer on his level. That was really fast. It's a 9-second or 10-second level.
Yeah.
Has to go a heck of a lot faster if he's going to get through there. Wow.
Yeah, definitely one of those levels that requires perfect inputs from the runner to even come close to finishing, so we'll see how important the route choice there was. Oh, there we go.
There it is. Nice. All right, so he takes that 4-1 now in LilKirbs' favor, as KoopaYuu is climbing this mountain and clouds of Goombas, still working on this very, very long level.
Yeah, it's well checkpointed, so hopefully if he does die, he doesn't cost him too much time, and that skip, again, may come, in handy later.
Indeed.
It might be that LilKirbs comes across a troll level and he has to consider whether he's going to use a -1 because he's used to skips elsewhere. We don't know yet. But the Wiggler there taking the thwomp. LilKirbs upsetting another one, so...
Wow, that enemy spam there, but LilKirbs flies through it flawlessly, taking that flagpole and leaping into the castle. I always wonder why he goes into that castle. It might not do too well to speculate and guess, but maybe he's just having a cup of hot cocoa. Who knows? And KoopaYuu finding the end as well, joining LilKirbs in the castle. Maybe they'll have a bit of a chat, nice cup of tea, that sort of thing, before they get on to their next levels.
Well, from the end of Super Mario 64, I hear there's good cake going around in the castle. So
cake. Excellent. Right. Okay. I have never played Super Mario 64, but I have played Portal, and the cake is not a lie. I can tell you that. There is real cake.
You first trying that.
Wow. Very impressive there. And LilKirbs, as a cat, struggling a little bit with these bees here, just carefully clearing them off. Yeah, of course he has to clear all, or 18 of them. I don't know if that's all or just some of them, but there are a fair few there. It looks like it's not all of them. He can skip a few, but man, they are really going for him. Lots of enemy spam there, but seeing the goal and reaching it very quickly indeed.
Yeah, quite a simple level once you get the idea of it. Again, not 100% sure why it was in expert, but KoopaYuu now just making his way through this slow, janky, on-off mess.
I don't know if I've ever seen a level quite like this. I think I've seen small sections where players are forced to go through those kinds of mazes, but not an entire field of them. Oh, wow. LilKirbs dying at the flagpole on his level there, where it looks like he needs to grab all of the red coins to get there, get to the goal, clear condition, and leaping up, and there he goes, grabs the flagpole, increasing his lead now 7-2. That's a very impressive
Yeah.
lead.
KoopaYuu taking an odd decision to start over on this on-off level last time. I'm not really sure why he did that, as he could see the flag and was not far away. But
Was it a
these sort of-
timer issue, do you think? Because I wasn't looking at his time, but I did see him start over.
Yeah, it might have been. I didn't think he was that far away from his timer, but he finally cleared that level, sinking much more time into it than probably he would have wanted to.
Indeed. Oh, little curves in a car level, our favorite car levels. And this looks like a title screen level. Yay! Yay! You can tell my yay is not sincere. It is very sarcastic. Hello, yay. Oh, but we have friends now, Goombas! That makes it even better. Hooray! Oh my god, the enemy spam!
This is something else.
Oh, this is a mess. Oh, I hope LilKirbs survives this. It's so rough. Meanwhile, KoopaYuu getting through that very short level, I believe that was a 10-second level, and dying to the saws there. But I don't know if he would have made it with the timer or not, but he knows what he needs to do now. Hopefully gonna make his way through. LilKirbs, oh wow, avoiding that Bowser to take the goal. Now 8-4 in his favor.
Yeah, definitely making his way through that with quite a bit of caution, as now KoopaYuu trying to beat this quick level. This will be a tough one to skip for them, because obviously they know how important these short levels are, but this one's a little bit confusing.
I like the title of the next one. Oops, all wall jumps. As if they didn't have control over this, you know? Some creators have interesting ideas. Oh my.
Ooh, that was a very fast slide with those conveyor belts there.
Wow, yes indeed. And doing all the wall jumps.
Yeah,
And
making it
making
look
it to the
very
goal.
easy.
Indeed. Lots of quick and fast turns there. Easily takes that clear there. You know, 9-4. And KoopaYuu times out. Starting over it again.
Yeah, just not taking that door as he takes the skip instead. Very brave skip to take that. That brings him to two skips to Koopa and one to LilKirbs at the moment. Well, as I speak. He's not even given the door a little try. I don't know if he's not seen it or whether he's just choosing to not go through it.
He skipped it. There he goes. He's had enough of that level. Meanwhile, LilKirbs on a desert level, Super Mario Bros. 3 style.
Yeah, at least it's daytime, so they're not dealing with the wind.
Oh yes. Some of those wind levels are very interesting. They make some really interesting speedrun levels now with the wind. You go extra fast, especially if you have a star.
I would disagree that anything that comes out of a wind level is interesting.
KoopaYuu taking that flagpole there, increasing his clear number, slowly catching up. He's got only 4 minutes and 30 seconds to make a comeback. Let's see if he can do it. LilKirbs spending a lot of time on this level, so it might give KoopaYuu a chance to catch up here.
Yeah, but obviously LilKirbs skipping a couple of those longer levels. He could very easily sort of get stuck into a longer level. LilKirbs are making over that.
KoopaYuu, I think, did he skipped that last one, I believe. And now he's onto the B level here.
Yep, so that is all skips for this race. So with the rules of this competition, the runners can still choose to take a skip if they wish to. However, it will cost them one of their clears, as LilKirbs has shown for us in that previous level.
KoopaYuu making quick work of all these Bs. And hopefully he'll just find his way to the exit now that he's cleared as many as he needs to. LilKirbs taking another win. Very nice.
Yeah, hitting those double digits. Very, very rapid growth there for his score. KoopaYuu still pushing through those levels. The ones that he's getting now, I'd say he's doing them at the same sort of speed as LilKirbs. It's just that initial lead that he gained there is really quite a mountain to climb.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, 10 clears in, 12 minutes? That is one heck of a number. But this has been a very interesting playlist, that's for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Koopa there, unfortunately, entering the same level twice by mistake, and very nearly being squashed there on LilKirbs' size.
Oh, LilKirbs racing that thwomp. Hopefully he can... Oh, KoopaYuu dying on those spikes, just as LilKirbs did when he was in that level. Hopefully he can make it this time. Oh, and goes a tiny bit too far. Meanwhile, LilKirbs racing through this speedrun level here. So limited time to complete this, and he takes some extra time on these thwomps and dies. Darn it. Meanwhile, KoopaYuu taking the flag on his level, increasing his clears to 7. He's only 3 away now from LilKirbs.
Yeah, LilKirbs, he appeared to have a good idea as to what he was doing with the thwomps there that were falling, but then just at that last minute just seemed to take a little bit too long. Be interesting to see how he copes this time as he once again races the thwomp.
Oh,
KoopaYuu now in that car level, also avoiding the car.
Yeah, the cars are such I don't know. When the game was first announced and they showed the cars and stuff, I was like, oh, this is so cool looking. But when you actually play with them, they're so miserable to drive because they don't speed up very fast. And I know a lot of level makers do this thing where they want you to make quick turns and then leap to other sections, and it's so unfun. It's just not fun at all. So it's turned out to be more of a disappointment for me, at least. I don't know how you feel about cars.
I'm really not a fan of the cars, but more because I find a lot of levels that are involved in them are quite uninspired, shall we say. Similar to the Builder Suit, where there's only really one thing they can do with them.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. KoopaYuu clearing that level and moving on to the next one. LilKirbs at the run section of his level. Tile spelling out run there. I think that's one thing that I don't see very often is levels that are making use of those red power blocks, where they destroy a lot of real estate in one go. Oh wow, KoopaYuu on this. Oh, the conveyor belts were too fast for him, so he dies to that. No! Oh, the sadness is real. 30 seconds left. Needs to...
Definitely coming to a close round. Chat pointing out just how well this 3D World speedrun is, and it really is a fantastically done speedrun. The section there that says run is timed the thwomps, the on-offs, everything perfectly for LilKirbs just to run through it. We might get a chance to see it again in the next 8 seconds whilst we watch KoopaYuu expertly make these new jumps as well.
You can see the flag, and he takes it, but
out
it
of
might...
time.
Out of time, yep.
Yeah, 8 to
Very,
10
very close.
at the end of that game.
Very, very nice run. Both players did exceedingly well, just 2 points separating them, but LilKirbs taking the win for that game, so it is now 2-0. But we are going to play the third match so that we have all the games in terms of if there needs to be a tiebreak decided by points at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, it's worth mentioning how far behind KoopaYuu was at one point in that game, with a whole 5 clears behind LilKirbs. To pull it back to 2 is just incredible. But LilKirbs obviously coming out on top for this match, coming 2 games to 0 so far. This last set could, of course, make the difference between first or second or third or fourth when it comes to playoffs, and that's why we'll make sure it's played.
Indeed, looks like we're starting out on Mushroom Everest by Koala 2207. The undead have taken your car keys. Gather the key and drive into the sun. The undead have taken your... Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say on the upside is SMW, so we know there can't actually be a car for the undead to take, but...
Yeah, that is an upside for sure. Oh my
It's
gosh.
not a problem I faced before, the undead taking my car keys, so let's see how the runners cope with that sort of situation.
I find this description highly amusing here.
Oh, the runners did not find the description amusing as they both take an
No!
immediate skip.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yep. Ready to move on to
I'm
something
quite
else.
upset about that. I was quite looking forward to
Yeah.
the interesting storyline set out.
It's interesting how some level creators are very capable of telling a coherent story within just the building blocks of Mario without using any words or anything like this. Wow, LilKirbs taking the flag first, KoopaYuu following very quickly behind.
Yeah, both of them appearing to take a little bit of cheese to get around that course, but very rapidly clearing it up.
I always wonder about level creators that provide such easy cheese. Some of the cheese our runners find is quite difficult to come across, but this was an easy jump to make.
Yeah, that looked like a level creator that couldn't beat the level themselves.
Indeed.
This level was tagged auto scroll, which is a little bit worrying, and LilKirbs deciding that the red coins are optional as he skips the first couple.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the story in this level is if those red coins are optional. It seems like the key is always there. It's always necessary to get in the next door. But why is there a red coin? Or is there going to be an extra key needed?
But I think it really needs to be stated how incredibly clever this level design is from the level creator. Obviously, you get the auto scroll lock by having a full wall to the right of the screen there. And then with that bomb in the top right blowing up, removing that option, it moves the screen along, and it really does make an interesting timer for the runners to fight against. It's what's taken KoopaYuu down a couple of times,
Right.
as LilKirbs are making his way through a Bowser fight and picking up his first red coin.
Wow. And LilKirbs on the victory march with the star and takes the ending there. Looks like there's a little true ending door over there, maybe with a Yoshi inside. We'll never get to know on LilKirbs' side because he is moving on to the next level. And KoopaYuu deciding not to finish that level and moving on to the next one instead, like taking a skip there.
Yeah, it's two very early skips for KoopaYuu. It's not a place you want to be, is sort of still in 12 minutes on the clock and already down to just having one skip left. But this is obviously, for this win condition of not touching the ground, this is the sort of the game that the runners prefer, where once you're in the air, you keep going, instead of having to slowly make your way through a level with contraptions to get you up and down and such.
Indeed. It's very clearly defined as to what you can and cannot do. And KoopaYuu easily taking this first try. Good job. And LilKirbs following in suit. So now it is 3-2 in favor of LilKirbs.
Yeah, really showing the value of that skip there, as although a clear behind now, KoopaYuu has closed the distance and time for knowledge of these levels. So this 80-second speed run that's come up, they will know the same thing at the same time, which could make a huge difference.
Yeah, indeed. Wow, they're almost synchronized on where they are. Each opting to kind of go through the level. Oh, and both of them finding the flag quite easily.
Yeah, a couple of naked pipes and then a quick little jump, and you are there. Definitely see why the world record is as low as it is.
Indeed. Try to win number 4.
Yes, that
Seems like
sounds horrid.
Well, it seems like a slightly obvious title, no? Like, isn't that always the goal, is to win the level? Looks like we need to do some shell jumps over here. KoopaYuu easily.
LilKirbs has decided he is not going to fall for these baits.
Right.
As he takes a skip on that one.
I was kind of scared by those pipes that KoopaYuu saw just then. 4 different pipes having different locks on top of them. One with P blocks and the other with munchers and another on the end there. And that's probably 4 different rooms he needs to enter to finish this level. So That may or may not be the case, but it certainly bewildered me there. LilKirbs onto the next level here. Gathering red coins to get out of his predicament. Oh, there. KoopaYuu into the next pipe with P-switch block.
You are definitely correct in what you assume there and how long this is going to take him to beat. Is quite something he needs to be concerned about, I think. He's got the power block for that next point.
Yeah. There he goes into the third pipe. Now
LilKirbs also want to, also want to
very similar
he's
level.
looking for red coins across his full pipe, sorry.
Right, and he has his key and he's off there. KoopaYuu also unlocking that tape and getting the clear for himself there. And LilKirbs just a tiny bit more to go, hopefully.
Yeah, worth noting that also closes the skip advantage, sorry, that Kirbs had for a little while there. Opting not to take Yoshi, though.
KoopaYuu onto 4 keys. I believe that's when LilKirbs has just cleared. Yep, there it is. And looks like there's a tiny amount of trolling in the beginning, which I kind of missed earlier.
Yeah, I didn't
used
catch
to this
that
level by now. And LilKirbs moving on to the next one. Wow, only 1 point separating the runners here. And 8 minutes left to go. Wow, LilKirbs taking that goal so quickly. Nice.
That's some very hungry munchers there coming down from above. Really looking to chomp on Kirbs there, but he made it just. That was incredibly fast reactions.
Online multiplayer simulator. I don't even know what that means. I have many humorous explanations, but I'll see what the level creator gives us here. Well then. Is it just me or is the level extremely slow?
I was just trying to work out why that was what was
Is there
happening.
something
Maybe that's what they
anti-gravity or
mean.
something there? They or low gravity.
Maybe they've spawned as many things as possible so that it forces the level to lag, and that's where the multiplayer simulator joke comes from.
Yep. Well, LilKirbs had enough of that. Wasn't gonna deal with it and moved on to the next one.
Super. Doom in chat there just confirming there is ways to create that lag. I always like it when Doom's in chat. He knows far too much about Mario, and he's just a useful little stats guy.
Yep.
And yes, Kirbs is out of skips with Koopa using 2 of his so far.
Yeah, I wonder if like the lag would be constant in that level or if it would be just kind of janky like regular multiplayer lag is. Oh man, that would just wreak havoc on your jumps and all that stuff. Looks like a very dangerous level. Lots of spikes and stuff there as well. Oh, taking a hot bath in that lava. Aye. That's gonna burn.
Kirbs learning that the red water not as nice as the blue. KoopaYuu unfortunately having to make his way all the way back through this level.
Wow, that's a lot of time lost, but he doesn't want to take that last skip if he can clear this, and he's got 1 coin left.
The Beast has decided that all devs should have to play that induced multiplayer lag level. And I can only agree with him.
Yes.
There's LilKirbs there clearing up another
Exactly.
level.
I wonder if the devs actually play multiplayer with the lag issues that I've seen so many streamers are experiencing with people they play with and stuff. I wonder if the devs actually know what that's like, or if they just don't know about it or don't care. I'm sure they must know, but hopefully one day they'll come up with a fix for it. That would be so nice.
Yeah, definitely a real problem for the community is Koopa choosing to take the Yoshi, but taking the same route as LilKirbs around. Now just hitting that door for the finish.
LilKirbs in a level called Super Moria Brothers. Sounds like a Lord of the Rings reference there. And underground as he's going through this level. KoopaYuu catching up a tiny bit. He's now just 2 points away from LilKirbs.
Yeah, still a good 5 minutes on the clock as well, so a couple of quick levels and those numbers will suddenly come back together.
Yeah, the theming on this level appears to be pretty good here. A lot of rocks and things. Oh, wow, KoopaYuu getting munched on there. All those hungry plants. But now he knows how to get there and makes it. Another clear to his name as LilKirbs climbing through these waves of enemies here and has a pick a pipe. How nice. Our favorite
Everyone's
kind of
favorite.
thing. Yes. It doesn't seem too difficult to get through the first room at least. Oh, and KoopaYuu on the lag simulator level. Oh boy. Oh, that's not fun. And he has to wait.
Oh.
That annoyed look. It's like he's just shooting daggers at this level. Whoa. Oh, and Kirbs taking a death. No, that was probably one of the other pipes. I didn't see him enter it, but obviously one of these other pipes that he went through. And hopefully that third one will take him where he wants to go.
Yeah, KoopaYuu there using his third skip, also moving away from that lag simulating level as he goes into and another dungeon.
If only we could use the timer on that level instead of actual minutes and seconds timing. That might have been a more beneficial thing. But
it is definitely 2 levels in this run that I've wanted to see. You know, the undead car theft and that lag level. I'd like to see how it plays out for the rest of it.
Right. KoopaYuu avoiding all those fire bars if he can. Hopefully we'll get a better jump here off of that platform thingy, and he does. LilKirbs trying to figure out what he needs to do next to kill this Bowser, or hopefully Bowser will destroy himself. Yep, he just needs to get Bowser to shoot the bomb. Oh, there he goes. Oh no, but Bowser's getting closer. Oh, LilKirbs needs to sneak underneath him. No, no, jump on the P.
Oh, he made it. But
oh, not close enough to that vine to hang on. Oh dear.
Maybe he needs Bowser to hit the P for him, as that blowy Joey there stopping Koopa, making it all the way to the end.
Oh wow.
Just ruining his jump.
Yep, having to go all the way back to the beginning of the level there. LilKirbs now knows what he needs to do. Hopefully he can get a little bit better Bowser fireball. There he goes. Oh no, but he killed the flame the first one. At least he's getting Bowser to the right spot in time. Oh no!
Oh, making it to the vine.
Saved it! Wow, what a jump there. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was a nice clear for him. Now 8-6 in favor of LilKirbs. KoopaYuu getting to the end here, and wow, nearly dying there.
Yeah, that blowy Joey definitely causing some problems.
No, this is so crazy. Wow. Oh my goodness, having to go all the way back. But he now knows what he's facing at least. Meanwhile, LilKirbs moving on to a Super Mario Bros. 1 style level here. Lots of traditional kind of platforming, avoiding of piranha plants and such. And he's got a checkpoint now.
Definitely one of my more favorite game types. Taking away some of the more technical stuff like picking up items and a few of the power-ups, so it is just pure platforming as that piranha plant takes a real good bite out of him at the end there.
That was painful. He almost made it over. But luckily he has that checkpoint, so he can just start from midway and get back. And there he goes. Yep, hopefully. There he goes, hitting the axe. And taking another clear. Now 9-6 in favor of LilKirbs with 23 seconds left.
You know, I'd like to believe that there's a chance KoopaYuu can get these 4 clears in the next sort of 15 seconds. But
yeah,
I'm not feeling
probably
confident.
not likely. I'm not quite sure exactly how long it takes to get through the beginning of the loading screen and all that. I think it's like 20 to 30 seconds, but yeah, KoopaYuu not able to make it there. You can see the frustration in his face. LilKirbs winning the entire match, 3 points to 0. Really close games, and both players did really well. But yeah, LilKirbs taking that one. So we're gonna find out if our runners would like to do an interview. If you have any questions for the runners, please type them into the chat right now, and we'll hopefully get some answers for you.
Yeah, great. Sounds like we're gonna get Cooper into the call so we can have a nice quick chat with him. And LilKirbs also joined us. So hi guys, how are we doing?
Hi, doing pretty good.
Hey,
One question I want to ask straight away. I mean, Cooper, you spent more time in this level, but that lag simulating level caused quite a stir in the chat. What did you think of? How did it feel as you played it?
Oh, instantly when I saw that it was multiplayer simulation or whatever, I wanted to skip it, but I think I had only one skip left. I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot and see what goes on, and then I got really annoyed at it and just decided to skip it.
Yeah, I think skip was definitely the right choice. What about you, Kerbs? You also gave it a quick try, but then moved on, same sort of feeling?
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. I saw a 26-second world record, so I'm like, maybe it's okay if I do it first try. But after I saw like a somewhat precise jump, I just gave up on it right away.
Cool. Did it feel like you were in multiplayer? Is that how it felt?
Yes, very much so.
yeah, it looked horrible to us.
To us as well.
So there was also an on-off level racing the thwomps that you had at some point. Sorry, not racing the thwomps, when you were throwing the Galoombas up to release power blocks to get you to the next section, right in the very first set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you Cooper, obviously at the end you chose to skip it. Did you realize just how close you were to the end of it, or did you?
Oh, I knew it was at the end, but I died 2 times on the last section, and I died once because the tomato just opened in my hand. Just wake up. I got annoyed, decided to skip it, but maybe I should have done it. I don't know. That was like another at least 30 to 40 seconds for me, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch both of you. You were really close in all 3 matches. So it was quite, well, I think the first one, there was a little bit more of a score difference, but it was pretty exciting to watch you both. We thank you so very much for playing. It was really exciting.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, guys. And up next, we have Bismuth versus Doomsday Pie. So stay tuned for that. It should be good fun.
Thank you, everyone, for being with us here, and we'll get off to the next one. We'll see you there.